To a brand new video today. Today is more F1 car versus F2 car, and today is a special edition, shall I say, of this series. And in what way is it a special edition, I hear you ask? Well, today we're going to take the three fastest F1 2019 cars, the three fastest classic cars, and the three fastest F2 cars, and put them up against each other to see which one is the fastest out of each of the three categories. So, here we go then, for what is officially the final round in the championship, shall we say. It's the final race, Abu Dhabi. We've finally made it, 21 races. Yeah, what a season it's been, actually, to some degree. And who would have thought Mercedes would have been so competitive after winter testing, like, especially in terms of how competitive they were, certainly throughout the entirety of the season, like winning them first 8 of 8 races they won, which is, quite frankly, an incredible, astonishing achievement that they did then there. One of the best achievements you'd ever witness, anyway. But first up is the Carlin then here. Let's get then this underway. Now, rules for this series, or for today's episode, only one lap each, realistically. So, first attempt will be the most important as we head out of turn 1 then on the final corner into turn 1. Give the car swung in, then open up the car, use throttle as the car understeers naturally here, so you got to be a bit patient around that flat out corner in a Formula 1 car, but not flat in these F2 cars, unfortunately, as we head into the hairpin. Then here, open up the car for this long back straight. Flat out, obviously. DRS wide open, as you can see. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's way too much. Gonna have to take the longest route you'll ever see around that hair chicane, sorry. But anyway, open up DRS. So this first lap in the Carlin, not going to be representative. I'll probably give actually 2 laps, in fact. Change rules for the F2 cars, maybe somewhat. Then brake into the hotel section, under the hotel, that obviously stays on the track season long. One more corner to negotiate. Our final corner, so 1:55.3, that's first lap time. Technically, then here. So we head down the hill. Use DRS to good effect. Open up the car. Brake, 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 come on. So that time, a little bit better. And we're a second up on our lap time there, so a lot better. More or less 2 seconds up. And obviously we will gain time all the way down this straight now because of that. Because every time you get a better exit out of a corner, you do obviously gain lap time. So through there about the same roughly in terms of how quick we were. Weren't faster, weren't slower than our lap delta. braking into the hotel section now. We come through this final corner, and it's 2-second improvement, 2.8. That's a much better lap, 152.5. Very good lap then there. So that's first lap time of the day in the Carlin, and it's good enough for 1,300 on the world leaderboard. And then there, so that's first lap done. Then we'll now do our second lap in the ART. So obviously we're not comparing the cars, we're just going to see how fast each or the fastest three F2 cars, which I believe are ART, Carlin, and you know, it's just basically the order they finished in the championship basically, or they are sort of like first three we can get sort of thing. So obviously fastest three, obviously Formula 1 cars, classic cars, probably 2004 Ferrari, 2003 Williams, and then I'm going to say 2010 Red Bull. But anyway, now time for the ART to do a lap of this circuit. Let's see what the ART can do. And through turn 1, so a lot nicer than through I felt like through turn 1. Car feels certainly a bit more, I don't know, a bit maybe more responsive, certainly in terms of how it's cornering. Feels certainly a little bit like that to me. So, open up DRS, use DRS to good effect. So a lot better out there that time. Again, another improvement, and this is the thing, every time we do a decent lap, we're going to just keep on improving and improving, I would suspect. By the time we end today's video, we're going to be the master of Abu Dhabi. I'll tell you that now. Not just Formula 2 cars, but in Formula 1 as well. Brake, come on. Rotation on the car. All about slowing it down for these corners, getting the right speed, entry and exit. Get close to the wall as you dare on to that corner and open up the car. Final two corners to come into the final corner. Good final corner then there, and 151.2. So that's not a bad time then there. That's another big leap up the leaderboard. So very good time then there. So one more car in these Formula 2 cars to come, the Dams, of course. So ART leads the way. Carlin is in second. Who will be third? Will it be... Well, it can only be now Carlin or Dams. Okay. ART can come only as low as second. If, obviously, the Dams car beats the F2 car. But we'll soon find out. So, here's the Dams car, as you can see. Quite a nice car actually in terms of livery. I must say the liveries in F2 I like. I'm not gonna lie, I do like them. How can you not like any of the F2 car liveries? You'd be mad if you said you don't like them. So, this car, I don't know, don't feel maybe as good in the corners, but certainly feeling very good in, so far, what I would say, power-wise. So I don't know whether this car's a bit more powerful, possibly. So, straight line speed feels just a little bit more. In terms of the way it punches out corners. You get what I mean? Like, where it's punching it out of corners is pretty good, but the ART does seem a little bit more like it's got the legs on us here then. We'll count the lap anyway. I feel like we deserve to. I don't feel like it's a major mistake, that wasn't. Don't affect lap time too much. But that did. So, we'll have to do a second lap then here in the Dams car. Obviously, was getting a bit too much acceleration out of that final corner. Right, second attempt in the Dams. If we fail this time, we'll just give it estimate time. Well, the forfeit time, we'll just put a tenth below, let's say. So obviously, straight line speed pretty good. And powering our way down the straight again. Alright, we will count this so long we don't make any, again, major mistake in this final sector like last time. So we'll count the lap. So 4 tenths down, a 1:51.7 then there. So that is the third quickest time then. So the quickest Formula 2 car is the ART then. Now it's time for some classic cars. We're going to start with what I think will be the third fastest, the Williams. Okay then, here in Abu Dhabi then. The 2003 Williams. Let's see what it can do. Obviously the aim will be to do at least a decent lap time, of course, you know, overall, but yeah, you know, of course, so here we go then, for what is then this classic car shootout. Let's see which one's quickest. So the ART was the quickest, followed by the Dams, then it was Carlin, third fastest. How about in these classic F1 cars? Let's see. Now for the classic, I may give 2 laps because lap time should be slightly quicker. That was dreadful through there. I will give it 2 laps. Obviously, with these classic cars, I'm not used to, shall I say, driving them all the time. Like, you know, I don't mind them, but I'm not used to driving. Of course, no DRS on these cars. As you can see, rear wing stays completely shut. So really, all the speed is just really down to engine power and, you know, drag, like, and how slippery your car was back in the day. But yeah, these were very quick cars indeed, actually. Even back in these days, they were pretty quick. Some of the quickest Formula 1's ever seen. So brush of wool in there, but that's okay. This lap's invalid anyway, so I'm just chucking the car around. Might as well. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Right. Obviously, also, one other thing I want to say. These cars weren't exactly made for this circuit either. So, whatever lap time I do, in a way, is not really representative necessarily of the car, especially on a circuit like this. Because obviously Formula 1 car designers, don't get me wrong, they do design their cars to suit precise circuits. So like, was this car designed for maybe all these chicanes? Probably not, no. Oh, that'll do. It's going to be very difficult, that chicane section, I'll tell you that now. A good drive out of the corner. Good drive, come on. Corner, out of the corner. That's okay, 140. We're going to go again for a third lap then here. I do want to try and get a bit better than that. Feel like the car's a bit more worthy. Literally trying to just focus, give everything here. So this lap so far is more invalid or more valid than the invalid lap, but it's also a bit slower as well. So 5 tenths off, that is technically slower than our invalid lap, but it's also a bit quicker. So there we go then, and that's 705th on the world leaderboard. So right, now we're going to take out the 2010 Red Bull. Now obviously I think that was an okay lap. It weren't brilliant. I think there are 2 cars that can beat that, but clearly from what that tells me, we're pretty good then there. 705th on the world leaderboard. If I think there's a car that can beat it, certainly this one, 2010 Red Bull. Boy, this brings back a few memories actually, you know. I tell you that now, when Vettel won his... I was going to say when Vettel won his 2010 World Championship, the 2010 Red Bull. The car I adore, the car I love. This is what made Vettel a great driver, this car here. Designed by one Adrian Newey. This is the car that sent my dreams alive, really, and aspired to Formula 1 and aspired to Formula 1 drivers. This is what made my love for Formula 1. I'll tell you that now, this car here that you're witnessing is so damn good. I'll tell you that now. At cornering, nothing comes close to this when you corner this car. Maybe it's not as good in a straight line. Okay, fair enough. There's a point there to be had. But, you know, in the corners, there's nothing quite like it. As you can see, that Williams will literally whiz off into the distance in a straight line. But in the corners, we can certainly catch. And that's where this car just handles so beautifully. Oh dear. I was going to be saying so beautifully, not there then, didn't handle that beautifully. Anyway, second attempt. Roughly what we took to do the flying lap in the Williams, I think. Took us like 2 goes, didn't it? Right, third attempt. I know this car can beat that Williams. I just need to make sure we beat it. Oh, for frick's sake, that... Oh. How did Vettel not spin this car? Tell you what, it's a bit slippery. Not gonna lie, this car is. No. Oh, it is a bit slippery. Oh, through the corners, it's amazing. As you'd expect. But on the power, a bit slippery it can be. Right, that Williams gonna be eating into my lead. Now it's gonna zoom past. And look how quick that car catches both of us two in a straight line. It's unreal how quick it is. And again, we're around. Oh jeez, I'll tell you what, we've spun more times now. It's OP in the corners, but not that good. Getting a dreadful exit there. Now this is where the lap time, as you can see. And that car may just defeat this car, but hopefully this is the section when we can gain it back. I hope. Not too sure. But that gap is going down slightly. Just go so much later on the brakes. Right, not enough. Come on. Right, this is our final attempt in the Red Bull before we move on to the Ferrari. Just look how quick that car is, honestly. What are we doing, racing or ping pong? Literally. And no matter how late I'm on the brakes, not gaining that amount of time in one corner. But there, we've had a good exit this time. Right, that's what we needed, a very, very good exit. Hopefully that keeps us a bit closer now on this straight, and gets us also a bit closer to the back of that Williams. Three tenths now is the gap. This is going to be close between us, the McLaren, and the Williams then here in this final sector of the lap. Going to come down to a few corners then here of the lap. We're ahead now. It's invalid though, for crying out loud. No. There's a one error. One small, tiny, whiny error. Come on. We can do better. Then. Alright, we can hold out for at least now more of a straight. That's good. There we go. So right, we're going to be a little bit closer in the braking zone again. Here. And hopefully... No, no, no! No, no, no. Right, this is the final attempt, guys. Otherwise, I am moving on to the Ferrari. I do know we've got more time in here. It's just about unlocking and unleashing it. I'm gonna try again. I'll say it's just about unlocking and unleashing that lap. Alright, again, we should be a little bit closer by the time we get to the end of the straight. That car just whizzes past. Again, a bit of oscillation off the corner. Again, not going to be as close this time, so we're going to have to make it up all in this section of the lap then. Just not making enough up here. We're 9/10 down on the lap. We're nice and calm. Final corner, 2/10. Gonna come down to the final corner. Who can outdrag who? Oh! Did we go faster? I don't think we did. I think we just missed out. But it shows we gain like so much in that final part of a lap. We just need to be closer. And this time we're doing what we needed to do. We need at least 5/10, I think, coming out of this hairpin. So I need about half a second. That won't keep us in front, but it will give us just a little bit more coming down the straight, and will be a little bit more speed. I think that's just it. So long we don't make a mistake now till the end of the lap. There we go, we're so much closer now. And remember, we keep gaining about a second on them two cars in front. In that final lap. Then this Enfield section, this is where the car suddenly comes alive. Where obviously you need good downforce. Just got that. Alright, this is it. This is the lap where we beat the Williams by a decent margin. Then here. And we do it. A 1:40.5. Now it's time for the Ferrari. Sorry if that took a bit longer than it should have. But, yeah, that was close actually. Because in the corners we were losing time. I'm sorry, on the straights we were losing time. But in the corners we were gaining like 2 or 3 tenths per corner, which is quite incredible, and it just shows how closely matched them two cars are. And I did say them two cars, you know, are probably, maybe someone with a bit more experience could have done better than me. I don't know. I wouldn't like to say so. I wouldn't like to say they couldn't have, you know. But yeah, right. Here we go then. So this car is the perfect balance between the, well, I guess between the Williams and the Red Bull. It does both, really. It can accelerate around corners quite convincingly. It can tackle the slow speed stuff also. And it's lightning quick in a straight line. This thing will blow your house down in a straight line. And in the corners it's not too bad either, as I say. As you see there, we're able to maintain that 8/10 advantage then there. I guess these 2004 cars is a bit like the modern car. We've got. There we go. So the 2004 Ferrari is the quickest. Then there, that is legit. Then now time for the modern cars. Which one out of all the modern cars will be the quickest? Starting with the Aston Martin Red Bull. In my opinion, it's going to be close between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. I think Red Bull will be about just a bit too far back. But you don't know. We may be wrong. Maybe the Red Bull is going to be quicker. I just do not know. I don't want to put. Well, I wouldn't like to put my house on it. Which one would be a bit quicker? I think they'll be closely matched, but I think the Ferrari. Yeah, the Ferrari will be quicker, just by maybe 1 or 2 tenths. Here then. So here we go then. Final moment of truth. Which one is the quickest out of all these modern cars around Abu Dhabi? So obviously in these cars, easy flat these corners are. They're like, you know, walking over nothing. Obviously it's slow speed where these cars tend to just struggle a little bit. You'll find like straight line speed, absolutely excellent. You can't get any better than these, you know, modern day cars. Obviously DRS does sort of assist all that as well, but even without the DRS they're not too bad either. They can easily get up to 199 miles per hour, roughly 200 miles per hour, let's say. So yeah, they are pretty quick in a straight line, and they're pretty also rapid through the slow speed as well, but apparently in real life they're not as good. Certainly they're not as good as still the Red Bull from 2010, and they are heavier. They're the heaviest, I think, F1 cars in Formula 1 history, if I'm correct, with now the halo added on. Okay, so that lap is invalid. So is the next one. I do like though the Red Bull. It is a nice car. Big crash there. Alright, let's do this in cockpit mode. Now I might be a bit better at judging. Ah. Just gone wide there. Messed up the braking first, and obviously what followed was what you witnessed. Alright. Third attempt. Third time lucky, as they say. exit. Come on. Right, we're gonna lower the brake pressure. Focus on the exit here. Slight brush of a wall through the final 2 corners. What will this be? So it's a 38.8.
1 minute 38.8.
So that's not bad. Then that's okay. We'll have to take that, or we will take that. We'll check where that is on the world leaderboard. It is right now 1,100. Okay, so we're the slowest car out there. That's great. But everyone else has sort of done their laps in Red Bulls. Well, sorry, Ferraris and Mercedes, which, you know, are probably quicker cars. So, you know, we will bump ourselves up a little bit. So clearly that weren't the best of laps, not gonna lie, in the Red Bull. Let's see how we get on in the Ferrari and the Mercedes, shall we? Like, Abu Dhabi, for me, it's an okay track. The first few corners are pretty good, and the last few. But the rest of it's pretty boring, shall we say. Whereas Kimi Räikkönen said it was shite. Literally. So this lap been a little bit better, 7 tenths up, which is a very good improvement. A second quicker right now. Very good lap. It's a 1:37.6. There you go then. So that's a lot better than there. Now finally it's the Mercedes turn. Let's see whether or not this can beat the Ferrari. So, right, Red Bull did a 1:38. Ferrari's done a 1:37. 1:37.6. What can the Mercedes do? How much faster can that Mercedes take us? You know, overall, could it go a second quicker around here? I'd probably doubt it, but it can go, let's say, within, I don't know, I'm not going to say a second, but if it can go maybe half a second quicker, that's a very good lap time from the Mercedes. Let's see though. So on this first straight, more or less nip and tuck, nothing to really split us. And there is something to spill us. It's called a wall. And I don't know whether anyone's noticed what number I've put back on the Mercedes here, but the number 6 is back. Nico Rosberg's number. Nico was actually pretty good around here, what I remember. Alright, let's see how we do. Moving up DRS, so more or less we are actually gaining here on the Ferrari behind. So 4 tenths up. Probably the best I've felt so far in the car, in any of the 3 cars so far. I don't know why I feel like this car's on rails, but it is. As we come around the final 2 corners, oh, that's going to be invalid. Oh, that's annoying, because literally we were about half a second up to that point. Right, final attempt. So I know the lap time is there. Good exit, very good exit. Same that hairpin, we're gaining about a whole second. Maybe if we took that hairpin neater in the Ferrari, we would be less ahead. Or it'd be a better lap. Well, I still think Mercedes would be a little bit ahead, but not by then as much. Final 2 corners. Final corner to go, and it's a 7 tenths improvement. It's a 1:36.9. Not a bad lap then there in the end to end off this special episode then. So there we go then. The Mercedes is the quickest, the Ferrari is the quickest classic car, and the ART has the quickest F2 car then. Do a few donuts as they usually do, not obviously as special. I imagine they'll be practicing the donuts this weekend for next year, as they always say. You know, well, they always make that excuse to do some donuts. And you can see, and remember when they did the donuts on this straight, Alonso, Vettel and Hamilton. I think it was Hamilton in the middle, Alonso. And so thank you for watching. See you all next time. This is obviously the final F1 car versus F2 car. So F1 car does obviously win. It's miles quicker, let's face it. But Obviously, being it's a special episode, it wasn't about F1 car versus F2 car today, really. It was about, you know, just random cars, having a bit of fun in the fastest F1, F2 and classic Formula 1 cars today, and having a few laps that were mainly for banter. Weren't taking them too seriously. Of course I wanted to be quick, but I weren't really too fussed either. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy this series. If you have, then please do a like and leave it a like. It will return, obviously, for the Australian Grand Prix in March. I believe March the 17th. So you can expect a video of F1 cars versus F2 cars, maybe the week before. We may do other series then also in the pipeline as well that you could maybe expect. But until the next time, folks, have a great day. See you all then.